So what's going on? We are here today. We are excited. Yes. Who are we? Y'all want to know? Of course. We are the X-Millennial Exchange. We are a high-energy conversation that discusses the divide between two generations. But also, we're going to be figuring out a happy medium to bridge the gap. That's why we're here. So be prepared for fun-filled times and heated discussions about everyday topics.
Indeed.
So, who are we? Well, let me tell you a little bit about my millennial over here to my right? Maurice Mo Barz Alexander.
Get it right.
He is one of the elite names of our generation. The Harlem Night has an impressive background from working with private security as an assistant to hip-hop's top celebrity names. Mo has even done placement work with fashion icons' top supermodels. Mo is also a contributor to the Harlem newspaper, and he can be spotted on past shows like VH1's Tiana and Iman. Mo is the go-to for what's hot and what's not. His ear is solid. That's my millennial, y'all. That's who I got working with me today.
Haha. Let me tell you a little bit about my co-host.
Come on, get it right.
Patrice the Voice Perry is a red-hot Harlemite.
That's
born
her.
And bred.
That's me.
A sultry mix of social justice and soul food. A contagious voice echoing justice through her daily work. You can hear her voice on marches and protests,
That's
but
right.
More importantly, you can see her footprints in the pavement.
My footprint.
Call her Miss Generation X to my millennials.
That's me, Generation X. That's me. We
down.
are the X-Millennial Exchange. And we are about to have a good conversation today.
What we talking about?
Because we're talking about a little bit of romance, right?
All right.
So, should you be romantically invested with anyone you sleep with? Millennial, what you think?
Ooh, I don't know, it depends.
Romantically invested.
Well, as far as my generation goes, I think not. You know, I think sex has become just more. I mean, sex in general should be like sacred. I do agree with that, but the flesh is the flesh. You know, no one's perfect, and not every sexual encounter is gonna equal longevity. Because if that's the case,
but you don't know that though. And from my generation standpoint, we always have to be, it has to be some type of investment. Because you do know, millennial, that when you sleep with someone, everybody that you sleep with, a piece of you is left with that person. You know that, right? So whatever they're going around the world and wreaking havoc or whatever, a piece of you is on that person. So for my generation, right, we make sure, because we take care of our bodies, we make sure that we do what we got to do, medically, physically, all of that good stuff, right? So why wouldn't we be romantically invested in you? And plus, you got to have some type of feeling. Because that's y'all sharing like souls with each other.
Yeah, but it's just...
And we from the soul side.
I mean, it's just same as going out on a date with someone and dating freely. Just because you go out on a few dates with that person doesn't mean it's going to be forever. Just because you kiss that person at the end of the night doesn't mean it's going to be forever. Just because you had a nice conversation that day with that person doesn't mean it's going to be forever. And just because you have sex with someone, that does not mean it's going to be forever.
But you got to have some type of feeling. You got to be romantically involved somehow. You got to have some type of feeling.
Yeah, the feeling was physical.
It has to be.
The feeling was physical.
Oh, so then when the lights went out, that was it? When the pillow talk was over, that was it?
Yeah,
you ain't invested in that person?
For some, yeah.
So then, okay, so then let me find out something here.
And what's that?
So if you don't think a millennial should be invested, then what's the purpose of just going to have sex? What do you have to be invested? A year, a month, or 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 hours?
But it's not even just a time thing. Like your Generation X always want to put a time thing on everything.
Yeah, because we believe in longevity. That's what we believe in.
No, it's just that you guys are on your way out, so you trying to put everybody else on the time. No, we're not on our way out. We actually trying to guide y'all so y'all not on your way out before us. Because you see, we have the morals and the values, and we remember what we was doing and what we shouldn't be doing. Right? So now that because y'all have a 2-hour romance, a 1 hour, 60-minute romance, we don't believe in that. That's not for my generation. We wasn't going to get with you at 8 o'clock,
meet you at the club at 9 o'clock, we popping. That's
But
what
that
y'all
doesn't make
millennials
my
do.
generation bad. It just makes my generation
I
realistic.
didn't say it made y'all bad. I just
We're
said
realistic.
y'all not invested. That's not being invested in 60 minutes.
It's not about being
How is
invested.
60 minutes being an investment? That's not an investment.
We invested in the moment.
No,
the moment.
no.
We just invested in the moment.
No.
Yes,
my generation, you have to have some type, come on. Let's tell the truth here. You've been in relationships before, right?
Sure have.
Sometimes the feeling just ain't there.
And that's my point. Exactly. You just proved my generation's point. Thank
No,
you
that's
very
not
much.
but my
Sometimes the
generation,
feelings are just not there.
Right,
So
but
if it
you
was
have
just
to
sex,
be invested
boom.
to make it romantic.
I invested.
So what is romance to you? What's romance?
Romance can be
Tell me a
series of
romantic
things.
date. What is it?
A romantic date?
Yeah. What is your ideal of a romantic date?
Going out, eat, walk,
That's romantic?
park. Yeah, it's romantic. Romantic is not about the price that you put on it. Romantic is about the energy between the two individuals.
No, but my
Like,
generation,
what do you mean?
romantic.
Romance is sex too.
For me, well, I mean,
Yes.
it could be if you're doing it with the right person, but my generation, romance is getting on that, that horse and carriage down there by Central Park.
First of all, they're
Riding
about
through
to
the
take the
park.
horses out of Central Park. So what are you talking about?
That's
My generation doesn't know
wonderful, though.
anything about
That's
horses
romance,
in Central
though.
Park. We don't know nothing about that.
But that's romance. For my generation, we believe in romancing and
So I gotta
opening
let
the
us-
door
I
and
gotta-
kind of rubbing the girl's feet and putting a shawl on her and all of that stuff. That's romance.
So I gotta sit
That's
behind
romancing.
a horse's ass to understand what romance is.
I
can't
actually,
walk down the street,
no,
a
you
stroll,
don't,
and like I can't do that. I
You
gotta
don't
sit
have to
behind a horse in a
It's
carriage.
romantic. Y'all alone. Y'all in the park. Y'all moving. Y'all swaying. The horse is just walking slow as he can be. That's romance.
But that's not the
That's
only
my
definition
generation.
of
That's
romance.
what we love, honey. That's make us fall in love quick, fast.
A horse ride
A horse ride
will
would make us fall. Yes, it will.
And
Indeed.
that's also what made y'all so easy back then.
Whoa, whoa. Watch it,
it,
young one. Watch it, young buck. Watch it, millennial. Watch it, millennial.
Look, all I'm saying is,
but listen, you just came ahead of what I was about to say. So that made us understand and enjoy the investment of being romantic with someone because they actually took the time. Unlike your generation, y'all don't take the time to try to romance a female or vice versa. Where's the romance at?
Well, first of all, the females of my generation, the reason why that whole process that your generation went through doesn't equate to our process.
Why?
Because the females of our generation, our millennial generation,
Right.
they want to get straight to the point. So we have to follow their lead.
But
so
we want to get straight to the point too, because
when
half
I
of the
say straight
time,
to the point,
most of us are a little bit
hold on.
older than y'all.
It ain't even about
So,
the age. I'm
it
talking
is.
about when I say straight to the point.
Okay.
You meet a girl and you get straight to the point. I'm talking about all the constant dates and stuff like that. Yeah, that's cool and that's romantic to an extent. But
Right.
these women of my generation, they get straight to the point. Like, what's it gonna be? Is it gonna be this, that, and the third? So that just pushes us forward. We skip over all the little things that you guys used to do in your generation.
But we had a little more
dining
grace and style
courting.
to it. We wouldn't just jump at it right away. I mean, maybe like if I met you on Monday, Friday, I'm like, what's up? Like, what goals you got? What you looking at?
That's fine, but I'm
because
talking about the
according to
sex.
y'all,
We're
it'll
talking
be
about the
Monday.
sex. It's
Right.
just about
But
the sex. You gotta understand,
my generation, you gotta be invested.
is a gamble. Romance is a gamble.
It's not a gamble in
It
my
is
generation because we
it's-
understood what it
It's
was.
cross-generation. Just listen for a second. It's cross-generation.
listening.
It's a gamble of every generation. When you get out there and meet somebody new, it's a gamble. You don't know this person from a can of paint. Even if you met this person through a mutual friend, you still don't know this person. So it's a gamble every time.
But you still gotta be invested in
Hold
that
on,
person.
Sway. Hold on, Sway.
You got to.
Please, Sway, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Like I was
Millennial.
saying, so when it comes to whether it be dating, time period, let's just sum it all up. Dating,
Right.
sex, going out to hang out, all that falls under the category of time. So you're
But
gambling.
where's the romance at?
Sway, let me finish.
Go ahead.
So when you're gambling with your time, it's already a risk. So if you give out your time and the time wasn't worth it because that person either wasn't ready, that person was lying because they had other people on the side, whatever the excuse is,
Right.
you already
But that's
you already
your
giving
generation
your time.
lying to
You're already
us,
giving
so.
your time to that person that you can't get back. So when it comes
Very
to
true.
sex, now let's say for instance, sex is involved, you sleep with this person, okay, let's say the sex is good, it's great sex, but it's just no romantic attachment, meaning in longevity. You just can't see yourself going the distance with this man or this woman, whatever generation.
So then your answer is no. You shouldn't be invested.
But this
so
is what I'm saying.
which one is your answer? Yes or no?
That's not an answer. You yes or no. You have to explain it.
Okay.
Now I say yes because that person may want that person. They may come to a mutual agreement. Hey, we are not good together as a couple. We can't go the distance of engagement and marriage and having children. But this sex thing that we got going on, it works. It's happening. It's good.
It could be popping. He probably doing what he doing.
You know what I'm saying?
Handling
He or
his
she.
business.
It doesn't matter. He or they doing what they're
handling it
doing.
and
So
they
they're
doing what they
respecting
supposed
it.
to do.
So with that being said, that's an arrangement. That's sex still falls under the category of romance. No matter how you cut it, it's romance. So that's romantic sex, and that's what works for some people. All that other stuff may not work. So you just have to respect that.
So
and that's
your
what we
generation
respect
is
in my
just to hit it
generation.
and quit it. Interesting.
If it calls for that. If it's hit it and quit it, if it calls for that. You know what I'm saying?
So, okay, I have a question for our live out there. Can y'all have sex without any attachment?
Yes. Yes.
I say no.
How can you not have
You
sex
have
without
to be attracted to someone. It has to be an attachment.
But when you say attachment,
I want to know what our live out there think.
The
Can you
definition
have
of attachment
sex
is
without
long-term.
any attachments?
Long-term attachment, not attraction attachment. We're not talking about attraction. Oh, I think that person look good. That person think I look good. Yeah, I'm talking about after the sex, the longevity, the long down the road, that type of attachment.
So you think that there's an attachment from your generation? Or are you saying no?
Both. I think it's 50-50. Some people get attached after sex, some don't. Some people, even men.
So don't you think that's the problem when you get attached after sex?
It's not a problem if you do. It's not a problem if you don't.
Because I may be attached, but you're not attached.
Yeah, it's a problem.
So then that's the problem. That's when the cheating and all of that other stuff comes in and all the drama. Because you probably was popping and you
It's only cheating. Disclaimer, it's only cheating if the relationship is official. Let's just put that out there. Let's not throw cheating around so freely. It's only cheating if there was a relationship established at said time.
But the thing is, your generation nowadays, y'all don't even know what a relationship is. To y'all, 60 minutes is a relationship.
So because it took you however long it took you to fall in love,
it takes a minute. It's not going to be in 24 hours like half of y'all millennials do.
It's not 24 hours.
Because y'all get together on Monday and on Instagram by Friday, y'all engage. And by the next week, y'all having babies and rings and all of that good stuff.
All right, but your generation X is notorious for the one-night stand.
No, Generation X is not notorious.
They made popular songs for it.
Absolutely not.
Songs were made for it in the 90s. Your generation. You guys are known for the one-night stand.
No.
We are good for
making sure that we got romantically invested, that we are romantically invested in the relationship. That's what we good for.
Really?
So can you have sex without attachment?
You absolutely can. Like, that's a no-brainer. Like,
I don't believe that. I don't agree with that because you can't. There's no way. You and that person are sharing like each other.
Wait a minute.
There has to be an attachment.
But aren't you the one who doesn't even want to be in a relationship?
I don't. And some of us don't. And look, that's nothing wrong with that.
Keep on going. Keep proving my point.
But there's nothing wrong with that from my generation because you know why we don't want to be in relationships? Because we ain't got time for the nonsense and we ain't got time for the game. Half of the millennials out here lying, selling us wolf tickets. We ain't got time for that.
So find a man from Generation X and stop cradle robbing.
No.
You're a
we
cradle
don't want
robber.
Generation X. Why do I want somebody that's the same?
What are you talking about millennial men for when you're from Generation X? Find you a man in Generation X if they knew what love and romance was so much.
First of all,
what you coming over here for? Stay over there.
No, first of all, millennials always come to Generation X to get that experience and get that love and get all of that. So what you talking about?
It's very rare.
No, it's not very rare.
It's very rare my generation wants cougars.
If you do a survey,
very rare we want cougars.
If you do a survey for the millennial generation, most of them have been with Generation Xers. That was their first person they was with.
You Generation X women are obsessed with millennial men. Obsessed with them. You try to vicariously live your younger era through young millennial men. You do it all the time.
Listen, I want to know out there, do y'all think, can you have sex without attachments? Because millennial over here, he's delusional.
Yes, you can. And it's good. It's very good, and yes, you can.
But there's some type of attachment. That's why you get the crazies. That's why they show up to your job. That's why they show up in front of your school. That's why they show up in front of your house. Because they're attached and you're not. That's the problem. That's the millennial problem.
That's cross-generation.
That's your problem.
That goes back generations. Nuts go back generations. Like,
Oh
Good
my
sex.
God.
Good sex is
Oh
long.
my
Good,
God.
great sex is long before millennials came
But half
around.
of y'all millennials do it for like 3-4 minutes, and that's great sex to you.
Why do you care if you're from another generation? Talk about your generation.
Because I want y'all to learn.
When Missy
get
Elliott,
wisdom. Gain wisdom from me.
What generation is Missy Elliott from?
Missy Elliott is from my generation.
And she came out with a song called what?
That's my girl.
What she came out with a song with? Minute Man. She's talking about the men of your generation.
She's talking about millennials.
I don't want no Minute Man. She's talking about your generation. What are you talking about?
Missy talking about millennials. She was with a millennial.
We weren't around. We were babies when she made that song.
She was talking about millennials.
We were babies when she made that song.
Shout out to Missy. I love her. But anyway, nah,
Thank
you didn't. Generation X. Y'all know the Generation X. You see how hot the millennial got when I talked about romance and being invested?
Yeah, because we're tired of cougars crawling into our generation.
They don't understand, but it's okay. I'm here to teach you. I'm here to show you the ropes, and that's why the Generation X, our X-Millennial exchange, that's why that exists, because I want you to be clear on the exchange of, the stuff that you need to know to make your relationship a little bit better.
Generation X women, please don't just let me say my part. Generation X women, I appreciate it. If you don't talk about millennial men and what we lack and what we have and what we don't have, I appreciate it if you take you and your girdle and stay in your generation with your Generation X men and deal with your Generation X men. Don't come into our generation trying to violate us.
You millennials, y'all need to borrow some of our girdles. Because millennials are out here just running free, fast, and furious. But anyway.
We have, our millennial women have Dr. Miami for that.
Man,
our millennial women don't need girdles, just so that we're clear. Thank you. Shout out to my Bernices.
Shout out to Generation Xers. We are beautiful. We are
and my
wonderful.
Bria Mileses.
And that hops into my next question.
Which is?
And this one about to make this mic real hot. Can you be in love with two individuals at the same damn time?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very true. Very true.
Love?
Yes, love.
Not lust.
Real love. Not lust, love. Love. Yes.
So why do you say yes?
If I can love two of my friends at the same time, why can't I love two people at the same time? It's the same bond, just without the romantic aspect.
But that causes problems.
It may,
and I believe that you can be in love with two people, but that's what causes problems. So what, are y'all all three just gonna get together?
There's a basketball player named Lou Will. Had two girlfriends, and they respected each other. They were comfortable. They went on vacations. They went on trips. The whole world knew about them. It was beautiful. So
that's what you're shouting. That's what you
signing
on for?
Now, for some men, that's a dream. That? Now, for some men, I'm co-signing it if it works. If it works, then
so you're okay with having two girlfriends?
If they're okay with it, why not? If everybody is on the same accord, I love you, homegirl. I love you too, homegirl.
What in
they
the
both
world?
love me. What's the problem? What's the issue? What's the malfunction?
So y'all might as well just all three get together, move in together, and just share everything. And
that's what Lou Will did. And it worked.
So are you the modern day Lou Will?
I want to be. I very much want to be.
Oh.
I need his money first.
Wow.
I very much want to be. I want to be Lou Will.
Mo Barz, the millennial, has spoken.
I wouldn't mind knowing what it's like to have two women, be in love with two women at the same time in a relationship. I would just love to know what that's like.
So wait, I just want to be clear. Okay. So you got real love. You have two individuals that you in love with.
Yes.
So would you sit them both down, y'all all at the dinner table, passing the chicken and the beans and talking about all three of y'all being together?
It seems like you have this figured out. It seems that you know a lot about this.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
That's how it would go, yes. All it takes is a conversation.
So now what if girlfriend A, well, let's call them girlfriend A and B, right?
Okay.
What if girlfriend A think you giving more attention to girlfriend B? Then what happens?
Then I'm going to ask girlfriend A, how can I be more of an assistance to cater to her needs so she can match with girlfriend B? Matter of fact, girlfriend B and myself is going to sit down with girlfriend A and figure this out so we can keep this trio going smoothly.
What?
That's a millennial answer for you.
In the world, what in the world?
What about Generation X?
Well,
Generation X women and
Generation
men are
X,
their feelings to do that.
We would be in love, but from my generation, we probably wouldn't tell each other. We wouldn't sit at the table and, oh yeah, we dating all each. No, we're not going to do that.
That's the thing about the millennials.
We're not going to do that.
Our fear switch,
because our feelings
isn't fully developed yet. So we don't need to lie. We could just come and say, yo, I'm with you, what's up, what we doing? You guys had to sneak and go around, and you had your StarTAC Motorolas,
no, but we didn't sneak and go around,
two-way pages, and you had to hide and do all of this stuff. And
shout out to the beepers. I missed those.
Yeah, y'all had to do all of that just to keep
if I want
secret.
you to call me right back.
Yeah, we don't have to do none of that.
But remember we had the walkie-talkie phone. Boop, boop.
Yeah, that's what you guys had, not we. You guys had.
Okay, so then let me ask you this then. So you saying, okay, you and your 2 girlfriends, millennial, right? So y'all all together.
Yes.
Now, what if one of y'all don't want to hang out with the other one? Would you gonna leave one at home and take the other one with you?
If she
what if
doesn't
y'all don't want to hang out together? Sometimes y'all don't all just want to. Y'all just want to be alone.
If she doesn't want to go out for the evening, then I'll.
So what if one of them just want to be alone with you? Then what happens?
Okay, then I'll tell either girlfriend A or girlfriend B, hey, girlfriend A wants to have some alone time.
Ooh, you millennials got some thought process.
But you're asking me questions that'll all be answered from the conversation. Once us 3 have to sit down and have the conversation.
So now what if they say, no, we're not comfortable with it. We want you to ourselves. Then what?
Then it won't work. Like, there's nothing I can do. Like,
but you're in love with them. So then what do you break one's heart and keep the other one? Like, how do you determine that?
I don't know.
Millennial.
I don't know.
Being that you have the answers.
I don't know. Some people some may dismiss both of them. And in all honesty, whether it's Generation X or Millennial, some might say they're not dealing with that one and deal with the other and still secretly be dealing with that one. You know,
I mean, that's what happens normally in a threesome.
You know.
You say, oh, we all going to get together, and then you be like, oh, don't call her, don't call him, but y'all end up calling each other.
That's
I know people that do it.
And eat it too. Or somebody, they could just go on and, like, let's be honest. Let's just be honest for a minute. We're speaking
you've been honest, millennial.
Not saying that it's unrealistic that can happen, but more so in reality, like, if you want to just take a survey, those type of situations don't pan out the way that, like, we're talking about it. Like, you either with one person or you secretly
because
dealing with the
other.
other.
Because it normally pans out that I caught you with old girl. So you got to tell me the truth anyway. Yeah, but that's what happened. Us millennials, we know what's going on, so we catch you.
So you deal with
and then
the
you have
one
to
person.
Tell me the truth.
You deal with the one person, you know what I'm saying? You got the other person on the side, and it may come to a thing where either the man is mostly men, let's be honest. You know, the man
Not
is
really.
either
Some girls,
honest,
we learn from y'all. Some of us got it,
that's
down
what I mean by
pat.
it's mostly men, predominantly men. Either the man is telling the woman, like, hey, it's another girl, I can't choose between the two of y'all, or he's just keeping it a secret. But us millennials, we learned that type of behavior from you guys, Generation X.
Nah, y'all thought y'all learned it, not 100%. Y'all thought y'all might have taken a couple of pointers from us, but you ain't learned that wholeheartedly because we didn't get down like that.
We do it on another level. We just fixed all the kinks
y'all
that you guys had.
Y'all just added a little more seasoning to it because
that's what we did. We added a lot of drip. Millennial talk. We added a lot of drip to it. A lot of drip.
Millennials, boy, y'all.
Drip.
Y'all some fast thinkers, boy. So listen, I want to know from the live, did anyone tell us anything of how they felt at sex with attachments, or would you try to date 2 people at once exclusively if you couldn't decide?
Yes, if I was allowed to, yes.
So what's the purpose of having a relationship?
Why can't I be? Why? Who said that? This is the problem with Generation X and all the generations before y'all.
Right, but
hold on.
I'm listening.
Y'all grew up on a system that y'all was programmed to live by this system. It's the only system y'all know.
Right.
So when my generation comes along and we start looking at things
and
like...
y'all jacked up and just throwing stuff together.
Let me just get my point across. We see things like, now we could do that different. Yeah, that's cool, but let's do it like that. Oh, that's nice, but let's just raise that up a bit. Y'all looking at us like we're wrong. We're just changing the game. We're just changing the playing field. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all not changing the game. Y'all think y'all changing the game.
We are changing the game.
At the end of the day, my generation, we only found out about the ex-woman or the other woman because we probably looked at your phone and probably figured it out. Y'all didn't come out and straight up and tell us.
Okay, what does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything? Like,
because when you're romantically involved with someone or invested, and then, I mean, my generation, we rather you tell me, like, look, we getting a little bored, let's add somebody to it. Is that what you tell them? Is that how y'all pull it together?
There's people who are married couples or couples that are seriously involved. They've had the conversation like, hey, let's bring someone in. Yes, that's happened.
So you would only do this in a relationship, not marriage?
Relationship or marriage. Some people want to wait till marriage, but I mean, it really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you're bringing a person in. So it doesn't matter whether it's relationship, engagement, or marriage. Like, You guys are together. If you feel that you're close enough and the bond is strong enough to like, hey, let's bring somebody in and see how this goes, what's wrong with that? But bringing somebody in for sexual desires is different from bringing somebody in for a full-blown three-way relationship.
So now you know when you dating someone exclusively, it's supposed to be exclusive. So here you say you'll date two people.
Exclusively us three. Exclusive is not just a one-on-one thing. Is that a Generation X definition? That's not in Webster's.
No.
Exclusive is not a number thing.
Exclusive is exclusive. Like,
yeah, but exclusive doesn't say one-on-one in the dictionary. It doesn't say that. Exclusive, it could be exclusively me and two beautiful women. It could be exclusively a woman and two men that she think is fine. Like, that's the definition of exclusive is in the beholder of the person that wants the exclusivity. Do you follow that, Generation X? Do you understand that?
So listen, so now that I'm listening in, I have someone on the live. They want to know. Oh, they told me not to shame you.
No, shame me, please, so I can shame you back.
They told me not to shame you.
No, shame me, please.
I'll think about it. Because,
y'all
millennials, y'all hot-headed. I think this is a millennial that said that. But they said, well, what about vice versa? Are women okay to have boyfriends, husbands? She's got to have it?
I just said that. Are you not watching the live? Is your live on a delay? I just said that.
I'm telling you what they said.
No, I'm talking about the person that asked that.
Right. Are women okay to have boyfriends, husbands?
Yes,
she's got to have it.
If she's a married woman, if she's married, like legally married, city hall on paper, and they come to a thing where, can she have and he's okay with it? Which, in all honesty, I mean, I don't see that, but you never know. There's a lot of freakish people out here, so they into all types of stuff. But if he's okay with it, then yeah, bring homeboy in. Like, 3 train, like it's not a problem.
But
like if somebody's like, it's okay. Like if people are
you
okay
with that?
Huh?
It's okay.
I'm not. Me personally, I wouldn't condone it.
Okay, so now listen. All right, see.
I wouldn't condone
it. See our live, one of our live viewers, he kind of brought up a situation, right?
Okay.
So now you, as you say, millennial, you're okay to have two women.
Yes.
So now what if the woman wants to bring in another man plus you?
I'm not with that. It's
not happening. What kind of what?
It's to my discretion. Like, it's not happening.
So it's the millennial discretion.
No.
But now, so if I wanted to bring in...
No, this is not even a millennial Generation X thing. This is an individual thing. This is an individual.
But if she wanted to bring another man in as opposed to a woman, you would have a problem with it.
No, it's not happening at all.
Why not?
Happening. Because it's not. Like, that's not happening. That's not happening.
Oh, so you're being selfish because you want two women, then that's okay.
It's just,
but because if she bring, is it because of your ego? Is that millennial ego?
It's not even millennial. It's a Generation X ego. It's a baby boomer's ego. It's whatever generation before that ego. Is called male etiquette. It's not happening. It's not happening.
That's crazy. That's
you gotta
crazy.
Understand. Look. The thing about it, my masculinity would not allow me to let another man in with a woman.
So
with my woman.
It will allow you to let in another woman.
Yes, because for one, it's more. First of all, it's
Generation X, we got a totally different theory.
For two reasons. Let me give you the 2 reasons. For 2 reasons, just as a man, it's not happening.
If you know
how people ask, people that believe in God, and people ask, well, who created God? And you just can't answer it. A man ain't coming in with me and my woman, and there's no reason behind it. I can't answer it. It's just not happening. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2, for a more general explanation, just 2 women. Even other women like this visual that I'm about to paint.
I'm
just
listening.
2 women, 2 fine, beautiful, soft women, Victoria's Secret, La Perla, whatever their vice is that they wear under their clothes, soft, hairless, just smells good. 2 women together with that's just cross gender. Even women love that.
But my generation loved maybe 2 sexy men, the same thing. With their peer, whatever they have on.
That's okay with a woman when she desires 2 men, but a woman asking for consent from a man to pull in another man, nah, I ain't with that.
Man, what y'all think out there? Because you see this millennial, his mind is only focused on women.
Hey, I know there's some men from Generation X and from the baby boomers that agree with exactly what I'm saying.
Nah, some of them may step out the room and come back.
It don't matter if they got Beijing in their beard or they got a natural beard. They agree with what I'm saying. It don't matter what the generation is.
Y'all see the millennial X? And I don't get it. 2 women, not 2 men. What kind What standard is that?
It's just like, matter of fact, the average woman, let's be honest. See, the only reason why women throw that every time this conversation comes up, the only reason women throw that type of question out there is just to be a smartass. Let's be honest. No real woman,
what we want.
A real woman will look at her man or her husband funny if he be like, okay, babe, bring him in. That'd be a little question. So let's just be honest.
He's trying to respect the thrill and the sexuality that I may want to have.
Let's be honest. The average woman who's married with a man or in a relationship,
we gonna respect it.
If her man is okay with another man coming into the equation, she is gonna put that man that she's with in question. I can guarantee it. We can take a Millennial Generation X survey. I stand on my words. I said what I said.
I want to take the survey because I don't believe you.
We got to take a survey.
We got to do a survey.
We have to get the survey together.
We have to do a survey.
And we have to post it in a week.
We're going to post it.
We're going to post it in a week.
I want to see everybody's answers because Generation X,
I said what I said.
No, but you said what
I said what I said, and I know I'm right.
You said what those millennials said, but
this is cross-generation.
Nah,
this is cross-generation. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. No. So then let me ask you this.
Ask away.
I have a question. So when is it okay to get your partner's code to their phone?
When is it? Well, I mean, me personally, I don't have passcodes on my phone, but I mean, that's to the discretion of the people. I mean, like, I can't really answer that one.
So you think in a relationship, y'all shouldn't have codes on your phone? You should be able to just put your phone on the living room table and he be able to look at it?
I mean, in all honesty,
right.
If my lady could walk in on me in the bathroom while I'm taking the shiz naive, if we're that comfortable together, then the phone should be like, that's nothing.
So you don't care if she has a passcode on her phone?
Like me personally, I wouldn't care. Me personally, I wouldn't care. But I know there's a lot of guys in my generation.
So now, for your generation, when do you think that it would be okay to get the passcode?
I don't know about a time limit. Like that's another thing that varies from man to man. Like that depends on a man that ain't cheating, that ain't doing no dirt, that ain't doing nothing foul, that don't care.
And which man is that? Because y'all millennial men doing everything. So which man is that?
Have you ever actually listened to the R&B singers from your generation and what they sang about?
I mean, they sang about what was happening that they saw. That they saw.
Exactly.
But it's not the same as the millennial generation.
Oh my goodness, with this millennial generation. This lady's crazy. Listen,
I mean, we are the X-Millennial exchange, so I'm trying to get two perspectives here.
But it varies from person to person. Like, it depends on a person, and it's not just a man, a woman that's cheating. Like, a woman really don't want nobody to have her passcode. It's really the women.
No,
it's really the women.
Because y'all be lying so much.
It's the women. The women, oh my goodness, the women don't.
What y'all think out there? Is it the men or the women that don't want to give up the passcode?
It's the women because the women know what they be doing.
Or the women, I want to hear what they got to say.
The women know that they entertain guys in their DM.
And y'all entertain them in your DM. Well, who's that rapper that talked about the DM? I mean, he made it hot.
Oh, Yo Gotti?
Yo Gotti made it hot.
It's going down in the DM. That was for the women. That was for the women. It's going down in a woman's DM.
But it was also going down in the men's DM.
No, it was going down in the woman's DM.
He was DMing you before that.
It does. Look, let me tell you something. That varies from person to person.
Actually, in my generation, we have DM, so we even know DM. That was like the beeper message or something.
Having a passcode on around your significant other, and that's already a red flag, in my opinion. That's already a red flag.
Because I have a code on my phone?
Something's being hidden.
How is it a red flag?
Because something is being hidden. Once you got a passcode on your phone,
maybe it's just personal. That's what I just want to do.
Yeah, that's the all-around excuse for it. But there's something that's being hidden that you don't want your significant other to see.
Because I have a passcode? No,
yes.
I don't believe it.
Yes. Can your man go up to you right now and be like, yo, let me see your phone right quick.
Yeah. I mean, because as you say, we are open, invested, romantic generation that you say that you are.
That's my point.
So you should know what's going on.
That's what I mean by person to person. If the person is secure within themselves, that they're not doing nothing dirty in this mobile device, then it's nothing to leave it open.
So then that's just like me saying, you'll swap phones with your girl for a day?
Yes, that's what I mean by that.
And y'all still be together the next day?
That varies from person to person.
So if you swap your phone today with your girl and she swapped hers, you think y'all would still be together the next day?
Well, I'm not in a relationship. If I was in a relationship, I would be comfortable with that.
With swapping phones for a day?
Yeah, because out the gate, I would let her know this, that, and the third happened. This why.
But what you gonna let her know? Huh? If you say you're so honest, millennial, and you want to swap,
honesty is letting the person know. Like I'm talking about when you first.
We gonna let them know before she look in your phone, because we gonna look. That's what we do.
No, you taking what I'm saying out of context. What I mean is, letting them know, like, whatever you see, like, as far as her going on my gram and seeing who I'm friends with or seeing old comments.
And the little DMs that you sending to them. Right.
That's old stuff. Check the date. I'll be like, check the date, babe. Check the date. Just like she should tell me, check the date. That stuff is old. But she can have the phone because nothing current is going on. Now, can I say that for the next millennial man or the next generation X man? No, I can't say that. I'm speaking for myself. Now, the next generation or next millennial man may not want to swap phones with the woman because he living foul. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all millennial men is A1 or all millennial women is A1. I'm just being realistic, like with myself, like, you know what I'm saying? So it varies from person to person. That's
I mean, y'all
that's
hear this
touchy
millennial?
ground.
Y'all hear this millennial?
We know what we talking about. That's
I mean,
all.
y'all hear him talking about swapping phones for a day or two? Man, half
Tell the
of us
truth,
won't
shame the
even
devil.
half of us won't even speak to each other no more if we swap phones with our significant other.
That's
or
how-
our Generation X, because we
Generation
believe in
X is.
privacy. Respect the privacy. Put some respect on our privacy name.
Generation X was like a very big thought era. Like, it was very
No, y'all created thought.
big. We didn't have Freak
Nah,
Nick.
we didn't even know what a thought was.
We didn't have Freak Nick.
Well, I mean,
We did not have Freak Nick.
but y'all had crazy young parents that was probably a couple of years older than y'all.
That was y'all. What are you talking about? That was y'all. Are you serious? That was y'all in Miami and Atlanta, Georgia. Poom poom shorts. Do you not remember?
Oh, that was it though. I mean, we were styling and profiling.
Let's be real.
At least we had some styling grace to us.
Just because the clothes were baggy on the women in Generation X doesn't mean that you weren't just as much as
that's
thoughts
how the
as the
clothes
women
look
in
on millennials. We don't look baggy. This is not what's it?
Y'all wore baggy windbreaker suits and all of that.
Well, I mean,
and y'all thought y'all had more of a tomboy persona back then.
But wasn't
you guys were still, as you say, thotting and bopping? That was your term?
Where's the group from? That was your era? My era. Yeah, that was my era.
What group?
The group with the clothes backwards.
Crisscross, that was your era.
That was my joint.
Yeah.
You remember that song? What's the lyrics to that song?
Jump.
And what? Crisscross to make you
jump.
And
what?
That's what y'all doing now. Jumping. You don't think that's what y'all doing now?
Where we learning from?
Millennials, listen. There's no way to have sex without attachments. In my generation, you have to be attached to that person somehow. It's just not happening. You can say what you may, it sounds good, get the 2 women, get the 2 men. It still is no way. You gotta have some type of investment. It has to be.
The investment is the sex. That's it. That's all there is to it. The investment is the sex.
And what if one of them is whack and one of them is good? Then what happens?
Who knows?
Millennials kind of quiet, y'all. Don't y'all think?
Who knows?
If one is whack, one is good, what you do, millennial? You gonna swap A and B for somebody else? What you do?
It's a learning curve.
It's a learning curve.
You can get better at things like that.
So listen, it's always good to have this exchange
Indeed.
with your generation. And it's always good to be enlightened by the foolery that comes out of y'all millennial mouths most of the time.
That we learn from Generation X.
And there is no way for my generation to be romantically invested and not have attachments and sleeping with Sarah and Sandy and not knowing what's going on. So I want y'all Generation Xers that are watching, don't listen to this millennial.
I hit it first.
So you feeling like Ray J right now?
I hit it first.
Listen, we are the X
Millennial Exchange.
And I am Generation X,
And I'm
Patrice the Voice, red hot, red hair, soul food girl. That's who I am. And who are you?
Always correct. Millennials, the future, the wave, the say-so.
The wave.
The stage, the platform of the people.
Listen, we are excited. We have many more shows to go. We want y'all to get on the website, tell your friends, tell your families, go to YouTube, follow us. We are the new poppin' podcast that's happening in America in 2019. I am Generation X again.
And I'm Millennials, baby. Take care.
X-Millennial Exchange, we poppin'. We see y'all next week.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah, we on next Saturday, same time, same place. See y'all then.
See you then. Why you always gotta repeat everything I say? Come on with your own material.
Come on, millennial.
Always Generation X is trying to come back in our generation to take our shit. wrapped? Are we wrapped?
It's a wrap. X generation, X-Millennial.
It's got to go on the bloopers if we're not wrapped.
We got to go on the bloopers.
The bloopers are natural.
The X-Millennial, are we wrapped?
Wrapped.